Welcome back to The Dish with Chase and Ben. I'm Chad, and this is Glenn.
And I'm Glenn, and this is episode 3 of podcast 1
True.
of The Dish.
Subject matter of the day.
HP, baby.
HP.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. But first, for the ceremony.
Ceremonious.
What's been up with you, Ben?
Oh boy, howdy. Not too much. I was just on a little vacay, a little business trip to the wintry land of Minneapolis, Minnesota. I went over there to visit some friends. I lived there for a little bit, so I wanted to go over and visit some friends. My very good friend Nate Janke opened a new piercing shop in Minneapolis called Bevel, Minneapolis. Gorgeous shop. Really cool people there. I went and hung out with him for a day and just kind of saw the new shop, picked his brain, he picked my brain. It was really fun. It was just like a chill day. Flew back, didn't have to miss any work for it, which was really cool because I hate missing work because I only work 3 days a week. So if I miss one day, there's a third of my paycheck gone. Yep. But yeah, it was just a good time. It was a good trip. It was chill. Got back into it, worked all day, and came over to my best friend's house in a sour mood, and now I'm in a much better mood. How about you, Killer? What'd you do today?
I didn't do a lot. I had the day off,
Lazy
as I tend to.
Sack of shit.
Yep. I like it. I play video games all day, and I went to the grocery store.
My most favorite and least favorite things to do on a day off.
Like a stay-at-home dad.
That's it. That's better.
Yeah, I had a really chill day today.
Nice.
I did some questions for today, looked into some things, listened to other podcasts. And,
to cheat and steal.
It honestly wasn't even like that. That's what's weird. As I was listening to a podcast today that shall not be mentioned right now.
Okay.
Because I'm gatekeeping.
And girl bossing.
I just learned what that meant.
Good for you, eh?
And
what's the one that we...
Gaslighting. I didn't know what it meant. I'm older.
I'd be like, are you gaslighting me right now? I'd be like, dude, you're crazy.
You're crazy.
That's what
ridiculous.
gaslighting is. That's fucking
What's a gaskeeper?
So
is that a different term?
A gaskeeper? I'm a gaskeeper.
Give me everything in your wallet right now.
Listen. I have a magic wand.
I have a nice wand right here. It's a plastic wand that you get at your
wand,
neighborhood Halloween USA.
It's, what type of wood is that?
This is balsa wood. Yeah. But yeah, I didn't do anything because my best friend abandoned me for a state that's not really that cool. I'm not gonna,
To each their own. I really enjoy it.
Could have gone anywhere else.
I could have.
Could have gone to Florida. Could have gone to Florida.
No. Funny enough, I was actually supposed to go to Florida after Minneapolis.
Vile. It's a savage country.
I'd say so.
I used to live in Florida, everybody, so I can say that's all right to say.
There's 3 cool people there right now, and that's it.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Even when it's wrong, eh? So, Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
How did you first get into Harry Potter?
It's weird. Well, I'm not like a book guy like that.
You read a lot.
I read a lot now, but as a kid, I didn't read. So
all I did was read as a child.
Well, I didn't know how to read, so I just,
You were raised by wolves?
Don't talk about my mother like that.
Don't you dare. She listens to this podcast, dude.
Yeah.
She is. Love you. Shouts out.
But no, my brother read the books.
Nice.
And then I listened to a few books on tape, I believe. Like the first 1 or 2
You
tops.
just unlocked a memory in the back of my brain. I can't wait to talk about it. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I did that. And then I watched a few movies. And then I was in that awkward stage in high school where I was actually making fun of the people that would go to the movie theater and dress like a wizard. You know what I'm so
happy
people
we didn't
know exactly who I'm talking about.
I'm so happy we didn't know each other when we were younger.
And then as an adult, I watched them all and I loved them because I was being closed-minded. And I watched them like a ridiculous amount.
I just watched
a ridiculous amount.
Deathly Hallows Part 1 while I was sitting in the airport waiting to get on the plane.
I was watching Half-Blood Prince when you came here.
Honest
and that was not even because of this podcast. I was like, it's a good background. Like once you watch
they're
it for
the best.
Yeah, they're great.
And that's the thing that I love about these movies. It's literally any time of year. Any reason to put it on. Excuse me, that came out of nowhere. Yesterday was Valentine's Day. What just happened in that movie? They had a love potion. Valentine's Day.
Love
Watch
Triangle.
all of them.
So it's a emotional roller coaster.
It really is. Oh, those movies are so good.
They're great. What about you, though? How did you get into it?
I grew up in a Christian household, and I still to this day keep a Christian household, but I was like not allowed to watch any Harry Potter, read any Harry Potter. It just like wasn't my mom's zhuzh, which is funny because then all I would do is read and watch Lord of the Rings, which had wizards in it. But I think my parents' like reason against it was like, you know, it's making it like too real and like you're gonna, you know, be exploring things you shouldn't.
You're gonna want to drop out of high school and join Hogwarts.
Honestly, I still
would.
want to do that.
Yeah, I would too.
So sorry, Mom and Dad, you didn't stop me.
Ben's still in high school.
I am Super Junior, baby.
Ew.
No, thank you ever again. We weren't like really allowed to get into it. My cousins, I remember my cousins when they were younger, they were super into Harry Potter because they actually lived in England while the movies were coming out. I think the first and second movie came out while they were living in England. So I remember very young being at my cousin's house watching specifically the second one on DVD in their basement. And just loving it. I was like, this is so cool. Again, it was a little bit of like, ooh, I'm not allowed to watch this, but a little bit more of like, this is just kind of like a really good movie. And I'm like into it because it's like actiony. It's like, you know, kind of scary, kind of getting you into it. It was really, really interesting. I loved it so much. So I was just like kind of getting into it. Never read the books though, but the memory that you unlocked, books on tape. My friend, when I was growing up, Aaron, he lived across the street from me. I was sleeping over at his house one time, and his brother had bunk beds in his room. So
they were wealthy, obviously.
Well, yeah, they lived in Pleasant Ridge.
That was a status thing back then.
Yeah.
Bunk beds.
I had bunk beds, but I'm pretty sure.
I did too.
But neither of us were rich when we were growing up.
Early on in my childhood, though, I feel like we were hooked up for a minute.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the thing. I think we just bought them just like out of necessity, or we got them from church or something. Like got them like cheaper. But I loved my bunk beds. But we had bunk beds in the room, and we were like trying to fall asleep, and Aaron's mom put on one of the Harry Potter books on tape for us to like listen to as we were going to bed.
Yeah.
Me being the child that I was, I couldn't fall asleep listening to someone read to me. I was listening to it the entire time. That tape was like an hour and a half long.
They're long.
And I was just listening to it the whole time. And I remember I started like dozing off by the end of it. But then the books on tape, specifically tape, when the tape was done, it would beep really loudly to tell you to flip the tape over and do the other side. So I was like dozing off. It beeps really loud, woke right back up, and then I just like didn't sleep that sleepover. But then we played Bionicles, which was really fun. So yeah, I just, you know, we'd do that. And then like as time went on, we started watching the movies. Like movies are coming out when I was in high school. So I was like, yeah, like this is nothing. This is good. So I remember my little sister was super into the books. She could read a yay long book in a day and a half, like easy. She still does.
Right.
I think she had a goal of reading 150 books in a year, and I think she read like 162 or something. She's going to text me when she listens to this and tells me that I'm wrong, but she's crazy. She just reads.
We'll get back to you on that accurate information next episode.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably wrong, dude. I can't keep up with this. She reads too much. So she would read them all the time. So I remember I took her to the theater to see Deathly Hallows Part 1. And I was like, wow, these movies are so good. I should probably read the books. So then I read all of the books between Deathly Hallows Part 1 and Part 2. And then I took my little sister to go see Deathly Hallows Part 2 at midnight, like the proper midnight.
Right.
Like
at the time.
Yeah. When movies still came out at midnight. Now they come out at 3 o'clock the day before. So.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, we went and saw it. And dude, like it was always that like forbidden fruit that I just loved so much.
Right.
And I was just so into it. And now, like, I own all of them on 4K. I have a couple wands. I have Voldemort's wand and I have the Elder wand. And for our friend Becca's birthday, it was a dress-up party. And we had to dress up like Harry Potter characters. I dressed up like Voldemort. And I just bought 6 king-size bed sheets and just wrap myself in them, and that was it.
It looked good.
It was like late November, early December, and I was just walking around wrapped up in a bunch of bed sheets. Who were you, Chase?
I was dead Dobby. If anybody wants to, I will be posting those photos on our Instagram for all to see. It was a clever costume in a bind.
It killed me. It
I
was
notoriously
so funny.
hate Dobby. I don't like Dobby.
For no reason.
I stand by what I say. I don't care.
He's
Dobby
a free
is so
elf.
frustrating and annoying. He's just so
in
annoying.
the first movie because he was just trying to be or second movie, whatever.
It's like no.
He
We
was just trying to
won't
be
get
a-
into it, but I don't think that I think the best thing that Dobby could have done was that he did at the end.
Was
die.
die. Shit.
So
Well,
it was just a load off my shoulders. You know what I'm saying?
you're such a jerk.
You know?
You're such a jerk. Well,
Yeah.
rest in power, big guy.
Right. You brought up an interesting point that I wanted to touch based on.
Let's
The
hear
cool
it.
thing about that movie, though, is it has like almost every genre in like the series itself, right? Like, because it has like fantasy, you could argue some sci-fi, it's got the drama, it's got the action, it's got thriller ish, things going on.
Dude,
it's
sometimes that
obviously
movie
a
is
comedy,
crazy.
right? Like,
Yeah.
I how did I word it when we were talking about it? Like adolescent horror. So
Yeah.
it's not like crazy scary, but there are monsters.
intense,
and it gets
yeah.
and it gets really adult right toward the end.
Dude.
So it's like you could throw in some of that. So it's got a lot of things that like it would be hard for somebody that likes movies in general not to find an aspect that they like, right? Like it's just like
Definitely.
it's a lot. You could laugh or you could cry your eyes out. It's like it's a tricky, right? I wouldn't, but you would cry your eyes out.
I cry my
But
eyes
yeah.
out at the drop of a hat. Funny, I was sitting in a crowded airport and I was watching, what part was it? It was, I had never really like made the connection, but it's in Deathly Hallows Part 1 when they're at Bill and Flair's wedding and then the Death Eaters all show up and Harry tries to get to Ginny. And like Ginny and they're like reaching out and then Lupin steps in the middle and like pushes them away. I like let one tear go. I was like, that's so cute. Because like Hermione and Ron immediately together, of course, and then Harry trying to find his own slice.
Because
of
Ron's got his
pie.
life together.
D-
Ron's got his priorities.
I mean, he's
straight.
kind of messy in that movie.
Yeah.
No, you don't know what it means. Your parents are dead. He's such a
Hurtful.
jerk, dude.
That's
It's
what
'cause
friends do.
It's because
They hit you-
No,
they hit you
he was
where it
wearing the
hurts.
Horcrux and he's being a piece of shit.
He was wearing that Horcrux.
Hey, this is a family podcast.
All right, cool.
When you go to Hogwarts, you can choose a wee animal companion to come with you. And I think there's more than this, but the three I want to talk about are as such: a toad, an owl, or a cat.
And a rodent.
No, a rat isn't part of it.
Oh,
Ron
it
just
just is-
brings
it's just
a rat.
like that.
Someone's
Yeah,
gonna
just like that.
like fucking
Just
crack me if
fillet
that's
you
wrong.
alive. Yeah.
But no, I thought it was only the three.
all right.
I
I
kind
don't
of
know because I'm a fake fan.
I'm
so
gonna
I'm
look
not
this
sure.
up. I'm pretty sure. I'm a pretty fucking.
I'm
real
assuming
fan.
I already know what your answer is though. With that, what do you think? What was
No, I know my answer for sure. I want you to go first while I look.
My
this up.
answer is easily, like without question, is an owl. No question. An owl can do everything a cat can do, but a cat cannot do everything an owl can do.
I've been proven wrong by the internet.
I am
Rat
literally
is
a
part of it.
fan. I'm like the best fan.
You're the
I'm not a
biggest
fake
fan.
fan. Look at my wand that was custom made for me by Dumbledore himself.
Dumbledore isn't a wand maker.
That's what everyone wants to think, but I shot him a quick text.
And you got Buddy Price on that, baby.
I
didn't you?
shot him a quick text message, and
Yeah, toad, rat, cat, or owl. My bad. So sorry. Oh, I gotta put this back on.
So owl is for me. Like I said, an owl can do what a cat can do, but a cat can't do what an owl can do. Owls obviously are birds of prey too, and owls are just cooler in general. I would
Oh,
say.
so you want an owl to bring you little mice in your bed while you're trying to sleep?
I want an owl to bring me cash from the city that it finds on the
Then
street.
you need a raven.
I don't need anything.
I want nothing.
Ben,
Okay, so you would bring an owl.
You obviously would get a gopher or a gerbil.
Gopher. My thinking is, so there's an owlry, right, at Hogwarts. I don't think it's only filled with all of like the students' owls. I think there's school owls. So I'm gonna use a fucking school owl and I'm gonna bring myself a kitty cat.
Okay.
Franklin cat is gonna come with me to Hogwarts when I'm 28 years old, going to a children's school.
Who do you think would live longer, an owl or a cat?
A cat.
I don't know.
Which is probably wrong. Time to consult the fucking
There's no
internet
science
again.
to support your claim.
So my parents had a cat that lived for 24 fucking years.
Okay, let's just take it down a notch.
Life expectancy of owl.
34 years.
Yeah. Idiot birds. They only live 5 to 12 years.
That's sad. Don't
in the
call them
wild,
idiots.
even longer in captivity.
So probably 30, 35 years in captivity.
That is bold.
You feed them steak and potatoes every day.
I mean,
and they'll live for 50 years.
You don't even eat steak.
So you're a cat guy.
I'm a cat guy.
You're a cat person in life.
Just
so
in life. If you could bring a dog, you'd bring Tato.
I'm a natural birder by heart.
You do love
I love birds. They're dinosaurs.
Dude, like seriously.
Yeah, dude.
What's that big fucking bird that's got the big ass bill that's all gray?
Oh my god!
That thing is scary. It look at you like these. It go like.
Yeah, it knows more about
it's
life
so
than you
gross. It's been around longer than me.
100%.
Not a single one of those birds is younger than 200 years old,
Probably
for sure.
not, yeah.
It's wild,
It is
dude. They
wild.
look so old. It's just crazy. But yeah, so you're going to bring an owl.
I bring an owl, you bring a cat.
Yeah.
And you're going to use those busted ass loner owls that they've got. That don't even know. They got dementia. They don't even know what's going on.
She has dementia, Karen.
It's very tragic.
That's enough inside jokes for our podcast.
I agree.
So yeah, so that's easy. I mean, and that's the thing. The uses are endless.
Okay,
with
well
an owl for sure.
It's a tough call. I certainly wouldn't do a toad because that's just disgusting.
No, because then you're gonna name it something
warts
stupid
on your
like
hands.
Trevor.
Yeah, Trevor. Get out of here with that stupid ass toad.
Toad.
Who would choose a toad?
Neville Longbottom. He loved that thing to death.
Poor Neville. All right.
Neville.
You picked an animal. Let's focus now on maybe a character.
Okay.
What kind of character do you think you would relate to the most, no matter what? It doesn't even have to be a student.
So
it could be
favorite
anyone.
character or character I relate to the most? Like
I think not your favorite character.
Okay.
Somebody that resonates with you. Like you're emotional because you're like, oh, I totally get it. I totally get where you're coming from on this.
Gosh, it's
a tough
so
question.
tricky.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, somebody somebody I aspire to be like would probably be Sirius, because he was like fucking like ride or die till the end with his friends.
For sure.
Ends up getting framed for the death of his friends, the brutal murder of his friends. And then goes to jail, the worst jail imaginable, for 12 years over this, and is still claiming his innocence. Does not, breaks out, and he's like, fuck this, dude, I'm done, I'm out. This is ridiculous, I didn't do this. And then goes, and the first thing he does when he breaks out of jail is goes and tries to get that conniving, backstabbing friend that they had who framed him in the first place.
Right. And helped kill his friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
Backstabbed him and his friends and gave away all of this information, and then just was basically the sole reason why his friends died. So yeah, I would assume I'm like that. Also, I have tattoos like Sirius, so I have a cool chest piece like he does.
Alrighty.
But yeah, I mean, I would definitely be an animagus for sure.
Okay.
Easy. He's a great duelist, which I think I'm okay in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
And he cares for his family and his loved ones, and he sees the need of Harry needing a father figure, needing support throughout this, seeing how it's not fair for him to be in the point that he's at by himself. He's like this, there's talk specifically from Molly Weasley about, sometimes Sirius can get ahead of himself and basically treat Harry like his friend, James, Harry's dad. Excuse me. And he's just trying to, get back his friend that he lost. But honestly, I see it much more paternal than that. I see him really looking out for the best interests of Harry and just really being just a solid stand-up fucking guy. And coming from this horrible family situation and just making your life the way it should be, and the way treating people the way they should be treated, and just putting your friends and found family first. I hope to relate to that. I aspire to be like that.
So you more look up to Sirius
I would say so. And I think honestly, when it comes down to my core values and morals, I am that way.
Okay, that makes sense. That's
Yeah.
a solid answer.
It was a long one, but I got there. How about you?
The person that I like on a personal level, I think that I relate most to, and that I would want to aspire to be also, would be, your good old keeper of keys.
I literally was thinking
Keeper
that
of
for you.
keys. I'm a Hagrid guy. I love animals. If I was in this universe, I wouldn't want to be bothered with the politics of human magic.
What do you mean? Like,
there's just so many things going on. Like, every year at that school, there's so much drama.
honestly.
But our main man Hagrid, he's just in his hut.
He's just out in the nature.
He's collecting animals. He's he's taking care of animals. He's learning about animals. He's like the Steve Irwin of magic.
Yeah.
He does all the cool stuff, and then he just lives alone. He does his thing. He hikes in the woods. He collects plants, and he's just doing his thing. He's he's genuine person.
Yeah.
He possesses magic ability, but he's not a duelist. He just knows who he is as a person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's just for all intents and purposes, he's just a simple guy.
Yeah.
Right? He has no, I envy that. I think he has no he doesn't want for anything.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem like. It doesn't seem like he needs a lot. He just wants to be close to his animals, which I think is a deeper bond a lot of times.
Oh,
especially with
definitely,
animals
dude.
like those, because it's dude, he's friends with all of the dangerous animals. Nobody's messing with Hagrid. You know what I'm saying? Aragog, come on.
King of the
You know what I'm saying?
arachnids.
That's what I'm saying. He nobody would mess with. He even when they go down and they are in that woods with all the spiders. They're Hagrid's son. He's well, Hagrid's safe, but not you guys. You guys aren't cool like Hagrid. Hagrid's an OG, triple OG.
Well, and that's the thing too.
know,
Hagrid's one of the only people that the centaurs allow into the.
Yeah.
And that's more book stuff, but
But he's it's like that. He's like that guy around town that is just a genuine guy that everybody likes because you can't not like him. What is there to not like about Hagrid?
Well, everyone getting pumped when he comes into three broomsticks. Oh, you're regular Hagrid. What are you having?
Yeah,
big ass mug of ale or whatever.
He's just he's the man around town.
He really is.
But he keeps to himself, and I think I can relate to that, and I can definitely say that if I was in that type of universe, I would want to be away. I wouldn't want to. Voldemort's not messing with Hagrid. Even if Voldemort went in, he'd go dominates that school. You think he dominated Hagrid's hut? Come on,
Bellatrix did,
but he didn't. You know what I'm saying? Bellatrix is conniving and conniving.
Yeah.
But a real bad guy wouldn't even bother with Hagrid. Hagrid's cool. Hagrid's fine.
Yeah.
He's not. He's fine. You know what I mean? I think that's what I would do. I think that's my That's my final answer.
Honestly, the most Hagrid thing I see about you is in the first movie when Hagrid's dragging the Christmas tree up to the castle. That's you every year getting your Christmas tree
festive.
Out.
I love.
See, he's about decorations, man.
He's again. What is there not to like about Hagrid?
Seriously, honestly, I would
like
that,
Hagrid's love life to be more extensive because he's obviously
he has Olymp.
He does, yeah,
and they're cute. They go to the wedding together.
He's a short king to her.
Yeah, which is funny because he's half giant. He's a massive son of a bitch. But then she's just you petite man.
Petite croissant.
My little croissant.
Croissant.
Because she's French.
She is French.
So are Quaxons. Yeah. No, I see that for you. 5 sure.
5 sure, indeed. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to take a little bit of
I have to take a turn now. I have to take a Chadwick Chase turn here.
This is a very...
So
we're talking and we're going to talk about Harry Potter tonight. Let's kind of think about some questions and stuff. Think about what we want to talk about. So me being me, I'm let's get sorted into houses. Let's talk about our favorite teachers. And what the fuck does Chase get into? What we're about to get into right now, because it's
the minds
so
of everyone here. Right. So, okay. So, side note: I'm listening to this podcast. The guest on the podcast, a lot of people might not know who this person is. His name is Neil deGrasse Tyson.
He's Daddy Space.
He's a scientist, basically. He's really knowledgeable. He's a good dude. Okay. So he was explaining first, we're going to dive into this. So he's explaining the origins of witchcraft and it makes a lot of sense. So, like, what he's saying is essentially, like, witchcraft is stemmed, like, when people are getting burned at the stake, things like that, right? So, like, what would happen is it started during the plague,
Okay.
right? So, this is really interesting. So, basically what he's saying, and think about this for a second. So, you have people that, like, there's no science, right? Like, they don't know, like, a lot right now about, like, the plague. They don't know about, like, animals. They don't know about anything. They don't know about anything. So mostly what it's based off of is going to be, like, religions, right? Like, it's going to be based off stuff like that, right? So, okay, so everybody knows, I'm assuming, if you're educated at all on the plague, like, most are spread through rats, right?
Yes.
And rodents, right?
Yes, the Black Plague.
Right, of course, right?
Bubonic Plague, yep.
So what would happen, right? So you, as a human being, is like, you're not going to get attacked by a rat, like, all the time. That's kind of crazy, unless you were homeless living on the street, right? So, like, if you're just, like, a regular person and you have a house, well, that house, back then, it would have rats.
Yeah.
It's not like it was like now where they're sealed off and, right? So you would have your occasional rat.
Yeah.
Well, that rat would have fleas. And you would get fleas on you, but the flea already bit the rat that has the plague. It would bite you, subsequently giving you the plague, right?
So it's not the rats, it's the fleas on the rats.
Right, exactly. For humans. That makes sense, right?
That's
Like,
how it's getting
that
transferred.
seems pretty reasonable, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So this is what's interesting about your choice of animal, right? The cat, right? So the cat is like infamously, like, it's a black cat specifically, right? Is always like a witch thing. It's like always associated with witches. It's always
Or just
bad.
like a really cute cat.
Right, of course, right? Even now, like, when you adopt cats, they say the black cats, they actually get adopted last because people are still superstitious about that, which is crazy, right?
I just want all black cats.
Right.
Always.
So think about this, though.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
So back in the day, people still kept cats as pets, right? So think about it. So if you had a cat in your house, you wouldn't have rats.
Nope.
Right? Well, most people that owned cats back then were women.
Okay.
So what would happen is, like, neighbors around town would get the plague, but the women wouldn't.
Specifically the women with the cats.
Right. And why is that then? Well, they must have cast a spell on me because everyone around us is getting sick. Everybody else has the fleas in their house, but these women don't.
Look at that woman being successful and living her life.
Right.
She must be a demon.
Burn her.
Burn her.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god.
Isn't that weird? So that's something to think about. Like, it's a
funny.
crazy thing.
Honestly, though, it makes sense.
So, like, anytime this would happen, though, that's what they would end up blaming it like that. So, like, like you live in a neighborhood that's more poverty, like, ridden. So there's, like, more rats, more fleas, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then maybe the people in the next neighborhood that are not getting sick, maybe they cursed me. Because, like, everyone around me is sick, but they're not.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so...
It's just, like, the base human response of, like, there must be something else going on here. It can't be, like, this has to be supernatural at this point.
And then, like, of course, then the question arises is, like, okay, well, like, what is supernatural to people that are uneducated? Right?
Mystic.
So then, of course, he hits it just, like, completely rocked my world. He hits you with, like, an Arthur C. Clarke quote that says, any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic.
Yeah.
So that's a crazy thing to think about. So what that means is, like, any advanced science, if you are not educated or your brain can't wrap your head around that science, it would seem and appear like magic.
Yeah.
Right? Of course it would. Because, like, especially back then, like, it would blow your mind. It would blow your mind. So that being said,
really quick, just about magic and, like, something that might help us kind of go to the next topic here. So ILM is a company owned by Lucasfilm, and it's basically the lighting company that is owned by Lucasfilm.
Okay.
And it's called Industrial Light and Magic. That is their company name.
Right.
And, like, they did all of, like, a lot of the special effects and lighting on, like, the Star Wars movies and stuff.
That makes sense,
ILM.
yeah.
They've done a lot more, but, like, it just makes me think. I always thought it was funny. I've known that they were Industrial Light and Magic for, like, ever.
Yeah.
And I was like, honestly, that is fucking magic. Like, what they can do.
Yeah.
I always think about, like, if you watch movies and they're, like, in front of a green screen, but they're, like, lit so perfectly.
Right.
They do that, like, somewhat practically.
Right.
And that's fucking magic, dude.
Well, it is to the untrained eye.
Yeah.
Right? Because, like, if you didn't know what a green screen was and you saw me flying over the city with a cape on,
I would say, look
it
at
would
that
it would
magician.
it would rock your world,
Yeah.
right? Like, so, you know, something to consider. And then the other side of that coin is when you're thinking about, like, Harry Potter. Okay, well, like, are these people, like, are they wizards or is this advanced science?
Yeah.
Right? Like potions. That's not magic. It's advanced science. Like, if you herbology, that could be considered advanced science. Like, maybe they have cracked this scientific code where they're just more educated than
Yeah.
everyone else. Like, maybe they, you know, if they're like, oh, you have magical abilities, maybe you're just a little bit smarter.
You just tapped into
Right.
this.
Yeah, you know what I'm
different
saying?
thing.
And, like, you know how to manipulate certain things.
Yeah. Now,
You know.
I do not agree with you on that point.
Well, I'm just saying it's something to think about. I don't say I believe
It
that.
is.
I just think that's an interesting take because,
It
like,
is.
if you surprise someone with, like, a crazy scientific thing, they would be afraid of it.
Yeah.
They would hate you for that. They would be like, whoa, like, they would burn you at the stake. They would do things like that
yeah,
because it would be astounding to them.
Yeah.
You know, so, like,
Like every time you show me your card trick that you do, I want to burn you at the stake.
I
still don't
some
know
pretty
it.
cool card tricks.
God forbid I ever get an apprentice. You need to teach me that card trick because then I need to show them that the first
You
day.
can show them your true power
Oh yeah.
so they fear you for the rest of their
Honestly,
career.
it's like there's so much want for me to know that card trick, but at the same time, I want to suspend disbelief. I think you are a
Well, in
magician.
order to learn it, it would have to ruin it for you. That's how
I know.
it works. So then, you know, that's something. Anyways, so now I just want to leap right into
Let's
one
keep
one
going
last
and
thing for people
more
to think about,
deep
right?
end in this.
So I'll hit you with another situation that could happen, right? So, like, and it's like people are talking about it right now anyway, so it's like good to talk about. So let's say an alien lands, like, you know, it lands in the park.
So much alien talk right now. It's wild.
Crazy. So the alien lands in you know, in the park across the street. It comes out of its space shuttle. You know,
It's
and it's got like a
situation.
crazy thing. Like, it can, like, do something with its hands, and, like, something crazy happens, right? Like, you as a human being,
Really descriptive.
you know, well, I don't know. It levitates.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say they levitate in front of you. Again, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, like, this alien has, like, some sort of, like, mystical power. It has, like,
Yeah.
some sort of, like, magic thing, but that's not what it is. Of course not. Like, an
Yeah.
alien is going to be an advanced civilization that's smarter than you.
Yeah.
Its brain can comprehend certain sciences, certain physics, certain things, and it's advanced science.
Yeah.
It's not magic.
Which just
you know,
again
like,
begs the question, has there ever been magic, or is it just certain sects being more advanced than everyone else?
or like you're reading an old book and they describe something that somebody did.
Yeah.
Was it magic?
Yeah.
Or was it an advanced science that this person
It's
just
just-
happened to do? Maybe it was an accident.
Yeah.
Maybe they just mixed a couple things, you know, or like, who knows,
And
right?
shit
Like,
popped off.
right. So, like,
Yeah.
it's something that's interesting because, like I said, it would be indistinguishable. It would be, there's no, what would be the difference?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What would be the difference between you, like, making a chemical reaction and mixing a potion? What is the
Honestly.
difference between you taking ibuprofen for swelling or somebody making a potion for pain and you drinking it and now you don't have pain?
Well, and that's
know
the
what I mean?
thing.
So-
Like, modern day medicine, while it is very streamlined and definitely also super fucked up because, you know, the pharmaceutical yada yada is just insane. No, I'm fucking talking about this right now. Don't.
I'm just kidding. Hey.
No, we gotta keep it. Oh no, I just want it further away from you, so we're gonna put it right here. Stop pressing the goddamn bell. That's where all medicine came from, is mixing these fucking leaves together and having
Chemicals.
this thing.
Yeah.
Yes, it's all science. It's all chemical reactions. It's all herbology and everything like that. That's just where it comes from, and
Right.
that's why, like, honestly, 9 times out of 10 nowadays, I'm like really into, what's the word for like remedies that aren't from the pharmacy? Holistic. Dude, I'm so about it nowadays.
I think they have their place. Yeah.
I think they really, I mean, if I have cancer, I'm not going to rub fucking rocks on my feet or something. Like, I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. But, like, I definitely, like, for a lot of shit, like headaches or, like, I even think like probiotics are more holistic than anything.
They can be.
And
Yeah.
like fiber and supplements and like not taking a chemical and treating what's going on, but taking something more natural, like supplements, vitamins, stuff like that.
Right.
Fixing what is wrong with me by like changing of habit. And
Right.
like that's what I'm way more into. I don't want to take a fucking fistful of pills every day. I want that like magic. I want that natural like what just to really combine it all together, what God gave us, and like really like this is what it should be. It should
Nature's
be this.
bounty.
Dude, we got everything we need.
Yeah.
Very Hagrid.
There.
It's serving Hagrid.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
put this back here. Don't press
I
it.
think, but again, just something to think about. You know, you 100, 200 years ago, the stuff we're doing right now, people would tell you you're literally a wizard.
Dude. Wild.
It would blow it would be
One,
like imagine
glasses.
you showing a Marvel movie to someone in the 1700s. Their head would explode. They would be like, "Oh my god, these aliens are going to literally like ruin the earth like
Yeah.
this, and there's superheroes out there that can protect us, and like maybe they're gods, like I don't know, like
Yeah.
it would change the course of history."
Definitely. There was this
Like,
TikTok where these two guys were talking about like what could you show a kid from the Depression that would just make them lose their minds, and it's like wild stuff.
Yeah, you could show them a million things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
iPhone.
Yeah.
The fact that I have a computer on my watch.
Yeah.
Or the computer on my wrist, dude.
Yeah.
It's like just the fact, like the amount of technology that's surrounding us right now is wild.
Yeah.
Central heating, like.
Yeah.
It's all magic, dude. And it's the kind of it's everyday magic that just like brings me so much joy.
Yeah. But like, as time goes on, this advanced magic, advanced science is going to keep progressing, and it will continue to be mind-blowing.
Yeah.
It will. I mean, imagine what they'll be able to cure in 20 years. Seriously.
Yeah.
They don't even have to, like, half the surgeries that you need don't even require a person anymore.
Which like kind of freaks me out.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because a machine can't go through a breakup that day.
Yeah.
A machine can't have, well, my arm's sore today. Oh, I slept weird last night.
Yeah.
Or, I went drinking last night all night. Ugh. A machine doesn't make mistakes like that. You know what I'm saying? Which is pretty cool. But anyways. So that's where my brain went, of course, right away is to aliens and, with Harry Potter.
I love that,
But
though.
everybody think about that. I think that it's definitely a valid point. Like, it's people in Hogwarts are essentially really, really advanced biologists, physicists, scientists.
Yeah.
They're testing things out. They're running experiments.
Yeah.
And they're trying to figure out what they can do to advance their own civilization.
Yeah.
You
Which
know?
is just cool though, because it's just the dichotomy of them being very advanced, but it's also ancient magic.
Right.
Like this has
Yeah.
been around. Like
Right. Well, that's the thing is like you can come up with a new thing, but you already have the tools now to do that.
Yeah.
And you always have,
Yeah.
right? Like it's not like you haven't had those things, but you have to kind of like go through the motions, right? Like, which is pretty cool. Okay. I'm good with that. I'm fine with that. I'm sorry,
man.
everybody. I had to get a little bit existential for
you
a minute
have
there.
to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very interesting. You blew my mind. You like barely dipped into it for a second. I was like, ooh, yeah, let's talk about
it's
it.
crazy.
It's wild.
Yeah, it's wild. Okay, so then we had some other weird thoughts. So we're gonna run through those thoughts now. You can start.
So to kind of we kind of started off woo, and then we're like aliens are wizards, and then we're kind of bringing it back up to like surface level fun shit.
Yeah, we got to dip in, dip the toe in and then come back out.
Just another like great like show of how our brains are different. I was like, we should really talk about Quidditch. The game that they play in the world of Harry Potter, but not in Hogwarts Legacy because it's canceled in that game. They don't do Quidditch in the game.
Oh, okay.
Which is annoying as hell because you can go
That'd
to the
be really
Quidditch
fun.
pitch. They're gonna come out with it in a DLC.
It'd be like NHL, like on
Literally,
Xbox,
though,
but you'd be-
it's so hard to fly the brooms. I'm just shit.
I
at
would
video
literally try to
games.
knock everyone off their broom.
I know you would. So showing how different our brains are, like we should talk about Quidditch. The first question that comes to my mind: what would like your favorite position be? Like, what would you want to like be, like on the Quidditch team? And then what was the first thing that you thought of?
I wonder how many fatalities would occur while watching it if they were really flying in the sky. Oh my god! It'd be a really brutal sport.
Could be.
It would be.
I mean, it is in the show.
People,
the show,
if
the movie.
you watched it and it was a professional game, people would be so competitive.
Oh, yeah.
I would try to knock you off your broom every time. Of course
Yeah.
I would. What if you got hit with a bludger in the head and you got a concussion and you broke your neck on the way down? That would happen all the time. How much padding can you have and still survive dropping 5 stories down?
Well, then Dumbledore stands up and casts Arresto Momentum, and you don't
Wow.
fall and die.
Okay. Well, now we're just... Yeah, I guess if Quidditch existed, I guess then magic would. So that makes sense. This is a
there's
hypothetical.
protection for everything.
Yeah, of course.
So if you're playing Quidditch, what position would you want? And just to break it down really quick, there's 4 positions. The keeper, which is like the goalie.
Yeah.
The seeker, whose main job is to seek out the golden snitch. If you catch the golden snitch, funny enough, I was trying to remember the names. Golden. I was trying to remember the names of each position, and I was reading about the seeker, and this website said that if the sneaker
Skechers.
shape ups if the seeker catches the golden snitch, then they win, which is wrong. If the seeker catches the golden snitch, that team gets 150 points and the game is done.
Right, okay.
So let's say there's team A, they have 10 points. And then there's team B, and they have 170 points. If team A catches the snitch, the game is over, and the final score is team A 160, team B 170. Team B still wins.
Right.
Because they have more points.
It just ends the game.
It ends the game and gives that team 150 points.
It's just a quick end to the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is the only way to end it.
Right.
And they talk about that in the books where there are some games where it's just like, I think it's in the 6th year when Harry's the Quidditch captain.
Yeah.
And like it's just like a shit year for Quidditch. So he as a seeker is just like, I have to fucking catch the snitch like right away so we can just finish this before we get absolutely mutilated. And then they get absolutely mutilated. I think that happens in the 5th year and the 6th year. So
Yeah, so if you're losing, you wouldn't want to catch it. Right.
well, if you're losing more than 150 points, you don't want to catch it
of
until you
course.
can get back
right,
up.
of course.
And then the people who are really, like getting these points, it's the so there's the keeper, the seeker, and then there's the I literally don't
quarterback.
remember them. The quarterback. Where are they? The chasers. The chasers are the ones with the ball going to make goals.
Right.
And then there's the 2 beaters, and they have the little bats,
Yeah.
and they're hitting the bludgers around.
Right.
And those are just like basically like
Big ass
hell balls that are
Yeah.
just flying around trying to knock people off their brooms.
Right.
So it's up to the beaters to kind of like aim those towards the other team to fuck the other team over. So then what's the other people? It's been such a long day, dude. I can't remember any of this. Chasers. The other chasers can make their goals and stuff. So, I mean, who would you want to be in
You know,
Quidditch?
I'd change my thing. I would like to be a beater, I think.
I see you
Yeah.
as
It'd be
giving off
fun.
very beater energy. Yeah.
I do wear wife beaters, so that makes sense. On occasion. For holidays.
That's an outdated
For
term.
holidays.
You wear nice, crisp, white tank tops.
Sleeveless undershirts.
Let's go with that.
That sounds like Florida. I wear white sleeveless undershirts with white
Okay,
jeans.
no,
and alligator
wife
skin
beater
boots.
sounds more Florida than that.
Maybe, perhaps.
I really don't know who I'd want to be. I mean, my fat ass up there on a broom trying to go get a snitch.
You'd be a keeper.
I wouldn't mind being a keeper. Why? Because I'm big.
No,
So I can be
because
in
then
front
you
of
don't
the
have to
rings
move a
easier?
lot. You could just be like, pop,
Oh,
pop,
cool.
pop.
Let's put the fat ass, lazy ass in the rings.
I never said any of that.
That's what I
You're
heard.
putting words in my mouth.
You're putting these horrible words into my ears. So.
You're the most important person on the team.
Damn right, and don't you forget it.
See how I did that?
No, I think I would be. Honestly, I do like keeper. When I wanted to play soccer as a child, I always wanted to be the goalie because I thought it was cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's scary.
Did you play? What did you play in school? Did you play sports? Or no? You didn't play any sports.
I played basketball for a year and a day, and we won the championships because of me.
Because of you.
Just to let you know.
Yeah.
I've always been very tall, but we won because of me.
Big Ben Wallace.
That's my namesake. Quick story. You're not allowed to touch this. In 6th grade, I was in basketball, and we went to the championships, and our star player, Garrett, he got a bloody nose, and we were wearing our away jerseys, and he bled on his jersey. So he couldn't play anymore because his jersey was dirty. So
you can't play anymore? I didn't know that.
It was like a rule. Like if you had blood on your jersey, like a biohazard thing, you can't be out there like bumping into other kids' blood all over you. I guess that's fair, yeah. So me, being the team player, I gave him my jersey. Mind you, I've always been a thick girl. He was this big.
Was he tall, though?
Very.
So
he was taller
totally
than I was at the time.
Yeah, totally fine.
So he was a great basketball player. Probably still is. I haven't talked to him in 15 years.
I would want to. He's probably a used car salesman. But yeah, continue.
Okay. I don't know.
Life is cruel.
Garrett, hope you're doing well out there. Life is cruel. So we traded jerseys. My jersey was huge on him, and I was sitting there. Like
you just wore his bloody ass.
Yeah,
in a Mercer
and it was
jersey?
sweaty as hell too because he was playing the whole game. So I'm just sitting there. It's freezing. It's sweaty. I made the whole team make a human shield around me, so my little self-conscious ass could change. I did it right there on the sidelines because I carried my team.
You were just an athlete.
Yeah, and then we fucking won because of me. So good job, Ben. Because of me and my sacrifices.
Right, exactly.
So we won.
I played basketball a lot.
You did. You're a very good basketball player, and we're going to play this summer, and I cannot wait, dude.
I played football, too. Well, I was on the team. I didn't play football, but I was on the team. I looked good in the uniform.
My dad basically tried to convince me to be on the team. He offered me 2 things. He either offered me a brand new MacBook Pro if I went to the tryouts. I didn't even have to be on the team.
I would have faked going to the tryouts and got that MacBook Pro.
See, there we go. Or I could have custom made my own drum set.
Ooh.
Both options, $2,000 to $3,000.
Money bags. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, that's the thing. He never would have did it. He also bet me $100 one time when he was drunk that I couldn't beat him on one-on-one, and I beat him on one-on-one, and I still want my $100. Jim.
Punk bitch.
Hey.
Sorry.
I ain't no punk bitch.
I ain't no punk bitch. Neither.
Amen. So yeah, we'd both be on... No! Stop touching it. We'd both be playing Quidditch, and it'd be great.
It didn't work with the wand. Don't disarm me. It's my right as an American.
Okay, let's not get into that.
To have this wand. Bah! I'll holster it for now.
Please do. Please do. Oh.
Yeah. Sheath them. No.
To kind of round this out here, how can we have a Harry Potter podcast without finding out what Hogwarts house we would be in? Big yawn.
If you had to guess, though, what is the house that you're going to do before you take the test? Like, what are your hopes and aspirations?
We both have houses that we have put ourselves in,
and others have too.
Definitely,
other nerds too.
Go right ahead. I'll have you go first. No, you asked me the question, so I'm gonna go first. I spiritually see myself as a Ravenclaw. I like learning more. I like just getting as much knowledge as I can about anything. Oftentimes it can be a detriment to my life where I just want to learn. I feel like I know a lot of things logically, but I can't actually do them because it's just not in the cards for me. But it's just I know Tato's on the move over. Oh, you can see him. Move. There's his little tushy mate. He's going to lay down for the rest of the
This is Sharpay, everyone.
You can see a little bit of him.
You can see him if you watch the video. There's a Sharpay right here. Nope. Right
Come
here.
on, dude.
I don't know what's going on. He's right on my left side right here.
Cutie pie.
He's V handsome.
V. I'm a Ravenclaw, dude. I'm just out there trying to better myself, better the world, figure out new things. But what are you?
Everybody that knows my personality, I'm a Slytherin through and through.
Through and through, 500%.
I like to get the job done. You know,
You're
I
a
like
go-getter,
I
and you're very voracious.
am voracious.
Voracious.
I'm very honest. I'm very forthright. Stubborn.
Mm.
You know, I'm successful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I would absolutely say that.
I am not a delicate person.
By no means.
You know, so that's what I would say. But let's dive in. Let's
figure this out.
You want to read your questions out loud? Then we can.
Well, we both have to do it. I think we're going to read each question one by one.
Are they the same? There would be the same.
These are going to be the same.
Okay.
I was going to do the Pottermore, which isn't even a thing anymore. I was going to do that one. You have to make an account. It asks you the dumbest questions.
Nobody's got time for that.
Dude, I'm so not about it. So we, of course, picked the next best thing, the BuzzFeed version.
Right.
So they're the same. So we're going to go through each question. We'll each read a question. We'll answer it ourselves. Then we'll get our,
Right, okay.
end things. So question number 1. You've made it to Hogwarts, which means you've already bought a wand from Ollivanders. What material is at its core?
Oh, are you asking me first?
We're asking
Okay,
each
well,
other, yeah.
before anything, so my options are going to be a phoenix feather, a dragon heartstring, or a unicorn hair. That's tricky. The heartstring makes me sad. I'm going to go with the phoenix feather.
I felt that too, because the
Yeah.
phoenix feather, the phoenix gives the feather.
Yeah, like the heartstring, that just seems cruel to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm Hagrid. I can't do the cruelty
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Honestly, for me, I'm picking unicorn hair.
That would be cool. I was in between
Yeah.
that too, but the
Because
phoenix
a unicorn is a
sounds so,
noble
like,
enough
cool.
beast. Yeah. Unicorn hair. for me.
Unicorns are really cool too, though.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Number 2, sir.
During the end of the year exams, you noticed that one of your classmates was using an enchanted quill. Gas pearls. I grabbed them.
I grabbed him.
You come top of the class anyway, but they are second. What do you do?
They're dishonorable.
What do you say
about
to
it.
that?
So my options are tell the professor immediately. Cheating is wrong no matter what. Nothing, but if I hadn't come top of the class, I'd definitely tell the professor. Encourage the other student to admit what they'd done to the professor, or give them a high five for managing to sneak the quill into the exam. In my heart of hearts, I wouldn't do any of these. The closest one I would do would be nothing, but if I hadn't come to the top of the class, I'd definitely tell the professor. I wouldn't do anything. Honestly, I'd probably be a shitbag and be like, well, he fucking cheated, so that's the only reason he got up there.
I see how you would.
But
I feel you
I
would.
would just leave it be. Like, again, I don't care about you. I'm in this for me. I'm very selfish in this. So I'd be like, honestly, like, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna mind my business, but like, you shouldn't have done that, dude.
So what is that? Is that going to be the second one?
I'm going to say the second one.
Okay.
Because I don't care. I'm not going to make this person go admit that they're wrong. I'm not going to give them a high five because you were shifty. And I'm not just going to immediately go to the professor like, man, he did this wrong. Like, relax. He's just living his own life.
Okay.
I'm picking number 2. Nothing.
Okay.
What are you picking?
I would give them a high five for sneaking in the class.
Duh, you would.
Because to me, like, it wouldn't matter if I was first or second in the class. Like, what does that have to do with me? Like,
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to like I guess if I had an enchanted quill, I would of course sneak it into class.
Yeah.
Like, of course I would.
I cheated
Like,
in
that's-
one of my tests in confirmation when I was
Is
in
that
8th grade.
cheating though? Like, I don't know if that's cheating.
That's
me.
if it's an enchanted quill and it gives you the right answers. That's
Yeah, but
cheating.
that's magic. You're using magic.
okay. No, it's cheating. It says you can't. Keep going.
Schematics.
You would be most hurt if a person called you what?
Ooh, weak.
Read your options.
It would be weak, ignorant, unkind, or boring. I would say weak.
Mine's ignorant. I still live my life now. I do not want to be ignorant.
I feel like ignorance, though, like somebody calling me that is like ignorance. We just talked about this. Like, ignorance doesn't necessarily mean that like I am uneducated, though. So that
No.
doesn't bother me as much as someone calling me weak. Weak is like,
I think
You know.
nowadays, though, all ignorance is willful ignorance. We have the entire world at our fingertips. Like, you should be.
for sure. Well, yeah. I mean, you can't be
To an
you can't
extent,
be well-rounded at everything.
You can't,
Yeah,
but if there's something that matters, you
For
should
sure,
know about what's
certainly,
going on.
yeah.
So I would be upset if someone called me ignorant.
I'm gonna hit you with this ultimatum.
Go ahead.
You're locked in a duel with a skilled opponent, me, of course.
Okay.
They fire an unknown spell at you, and you shout.
I can either shout Expelliarmus, which is a disarming spell.
Right.
Protego, which is a protection spell. Stupefy, which is a offensive spell where you're just trying to get the other person. Or Crucio, which is an unforgivable curse that causes immense and intense pain to your opponent. Me, I hate... You're ridiculous. You're really going for that? Someone's got a curse coming at you. What are you going to do? You're just going to attack blindly? Protego, baby.
No, I would do Crucio, because if it's a skilled opponent and they're firing an unknown spell at me, it could also be a dangerous, unforgivable spell.
Yeah, so protect yourself. Gather your situation.
I'd go like that, and then I'd kill him, and then I would kill his ass.
Okay, Crucio's not going to kill you.
Well, I'm going to hurt him hard then.
Hurt him
because
hard.
it's like Pokemon. Like, I'm going to try to get your Pokemon down for the count as quickly as possible.
That's mean.
What are we doing? Are we playing games? Or are we dueling for, like, you know, if it's like blood and life, I'm like, I'm out to go. I'm ready
protecting
to go.
myself.
Whatever.
Well, that's the thing too. Like when I used to fence as a kid, I would like my dad would always yell at me because I'd be on the defensive too long. But that was my like way of doing things. I'd make people come to me. Defense, and then I'd
You're
find
like
the
Morpheus.
weakness and I would go.
Yeah.
Honestly, best comparison I've ever heard in
agree.
my life. I don't know. Oh, it's me. It's your 5th year at Hogwarts, and you've just received a howler from your parents. What is it for, Chase?
Okay, so they're going to be... These are the options. So it's sneaking into the Forbidden Forest at night on a dare. That's definitely not something I would do. Getting caught cheating in my divination owl.
OWL owl, yeah.
What is that?
Ordinary wizarding level. It's a
Oh, I'm not... Okay.
like a test.
Being put in detention after I was caught in the library after hours. Nothing. I'd never do anything to warrant a howler.
I knew you. I knew about you when you were in school. You always did bad shit. And shit came home, and you and your brother would hide it from each other.
I know. So I guess I would probably do this. Sorry, Mom. I think I would probably do... I guess then I would do that. I'd be caught cheating.
Yeah.
Because that would be
You
the
literally
most
just said
accurate.
you would cheat with a fucking enchanted quill.
Well, I don't think that's cheating, but we'll agree to disagree.
for goodness sakes.
What is your answer? What
I'm
say
either
you?
sneaking into the Forbidden Forest at night on a dare or being put in detention after I was caught in the library after hours.
I feel like the library after hours is you.
Very me, because
Yeah.
I'm like, listen.
I don't see you just wandering through a forest at night.
No way.
There are
I
bugs
hate
out there.
the outside. Ugh. There's bugs. There's darkness. God only knows if there's sharks out there, so you know I'm staying away there.
There's
Dude,
dysentery,
absolutely
drug
not.
addicts.
Probably.
I'm just kidding.
Probably.
Okay, that's solid. I see you. Which of these Dumbledore quotes speaks to you?
The options are pity the living and above all, those who live without love. Words are, in my not so humble opinion, our most inexhaustible source of magic. It matters not what someone is born, but what they grow to be. And it does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live. Holy cow.
Those are really good.
Dude, the last two are definitely me. I think I'm gonna do that. It matters not what someone is born, but what they grow to be. For sure.
Okay, I could see that. I like the second one the most. Words are, in my not so humble opinion, our most inexhaustible source of magic.
I love that.
I love that too.
Dude,
Yeah.
great quotes from this man. Go ahead.
Okay, ready? Here we go. Which of these
Wait, no, it's my turn. I'm so sorry. That was my fault. Which of these most accurately describes your relationship with your closest friends? Closest friend.
Here are the options. I love surrounding myself with people. The more friends I have, the better. Second, I have a few very close friends that I would trust with my life. Third, I tend to be wary around new people, so I don't make new friends often. And lastly, I find myself becoming friends with people who can help me to succeed.
Those middle two are really me right now, and it's tough because I really don't like meeting new people. I have such a hard time with that.
I think I would do the second one. I would have a few close friends that I would trust with my life.
All of my close friends, like, know so much about me, and I trust them with everything. Honestly, I'm probably going to do that. It takes me a long time to make new friends, but when I do, they're quality.
That's fair.
Makes me happy. Go ahead, girl.
Which of your skills are you most proud of?
The options are my ability to absorb new information, my ability to make new friends, my ability to get what I want, or my ability to keep secrets. Real talk, if I want something, I'm making it happen in my life. I will do what I need to do and I will get what I need.
That's fair.
But also, I'm really good at keeping secrets. I keep secrets all the time, and I hate when people keep secrets from me. And that's honestly something I think that shows, like, a really good friend of mine is, like, I either tell them my secrets or they tell me their secrets, and then we keep them. I don't know. What are we going to do? What are you going to do?
Bottom two are really my thing.
Dude, seriously.
I'm probably the most proud of keeping secrets.
Honestly, me too.
Yeah.
I'm not proud
if we're being
of,
accurate here, I would say that.
Yeah. Funny enough, am I? Yes, I am. The first Quidditch match of the season is approaching, and you can't wait to get involved. What role are you playing?
Okay, I'm going to read these because even though I answer this, it's kind of funny how these answers are. So it says, Seeker, I want the glory. Chaser, I like to be involved and work as a part of a team. Beater, I like having all the power. And lastly, I'd like to be in the crowd making sure supporter morale is high. Obviously, I'm still the beater. I want to have all that power. I want to beat the crap out of that thing and just knock your ass off that broom. I want to injure you in front of your parents.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Gosh. Oh, I don't feel comfortable. Well, I'm going to be in the crowd making sure supporter morale is high in that situation.
Keeping the seats warm.
You know me.
All right. We answered this, and this is kind of funny now.
I know.
So you're allowed a pet at Hogwarts, an owl, a cat, or a toad. Which would you bring?
So, owl, cat, toad, or nothing. I can't be trusted to look after a pet.
Yeah, like, then you shouldn't be at Hogwarts.
Yeah. Obviously, cat.
Okay, well, I'm going to do owl, of course.
Big surprise. It's Saturday. You finished your homework, and you have some free time. You decide to spend some time away from your common room. Where do you go, Chadwick? What are the options for the people that can't see our phones?
Oh my God. The Forbidden Forest, the library, the kitchens, plural, and the room of requirement.
I'm stuck between two.
I would go to the kitchens.
Dude.
They're food. It looks it
looks really good.
It's like Thanksgiving every day.
Yeah.
For rich kids.
I'm stuck between the library and the room of requirement because there's so much in the library that you can look up on and like learn more of.
True.
Obviously, God, shut up. But the room of requirement has literally anything you need. I'm going to do room of requirement.
That's a good one.
Sick.
Yeah.
How long is this test? Okay, we're almost done. Wowie zowie. Go ahead. What would you see in the mirror of Erised? That is the mirror that shows you your greatest desire.
Okay, so first one is myself surrounded by riches. Second, myself surrounded by loving family and friends. Myself knowledgeable above all. Myself experiencing marvelous adventure.
That one's tough.
I'd say knowledgeable above all.
Which is funny because mine is like surrounded by my loving family and friends.
Yeah, do it. That's nice.
I think so.
Yeah,
honestly.
Nice. I mean, that's what your genuine answer is. That's
There's only going to be 3 people surrounding me, but I'm there happy as hell. Don't eat it. No, Chase. That's caca.
I'll read this one then.
Go ahead, girl.
Which of these magical events would you most like to experience?
Dude, the Triwizard Tournament, the Quidditch World Cup, the Yule Ball, or Christmas at Hogwarts? Honest to God, Christmas at Hogwarts.
It would be great. I would do the Triwizard Tournament.
I'm not like I'm
sweet.
good on it.
Oh.
I just want Christmas at Hogwarts.
Life and death,
comfy.
dude.
I know, you weirdo.
It's like when you watch NASCAR. Nobody likes NASCAR. I want to see somebody get in a car accident.
You're
obviously.
wild, dude.
Does anyone else not hope that something catastrophic happens when you're watching a sports
Honestly,
game?
I don't hope that happens. My God.
Maybe I'm just a terrible person.
No, you're not. You're having trouble mastering a new spell, and you've decided to ask for help. Who do you go to?
Ooh, okay. So it's going to be my professor, of course, my house ghost, my smartest friend, the library. I'll figure it out myself. I would do that. I would go to the library. Yeah.
I always do that. If I can't figure anything out, you know how fast I'm going to YouTube
I feel like
it'd be
better. Like I would learn more like on my own because I could like look and research as much as possible.
Yeah.
Do you have that same answer? I'm assuming then or no?
Which one?
Would you also go to the library? And
Yeah.
figure out? Okay, cool.
No, immediately.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
YouTubing it. I'm figuring this out. And if I can't have YouTube, I'm going to go to the library.
This is interesting. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. No, you read it to me.
Choose a Deathly Hollow.
It's either the Elder Wand, the Resurrection Stone, or the Cloak of Invisibility.
Yeah.
Easiest question I've answered so far, the Cloak of Invisibility.
What?
Definitely.
Elder Wand for me. I want that power.
Obviously, it doesn't help.
It could.
No. Which path do you intend to follow after leaving Hogwarts?
Okay, here we go. I joined the ministry. I want to make a difference in the world. Lame. I think I'd travel for a while before committing to a career. Okay. I'd settle down and start a family as soon as possible. Lame. I'd continue to work hard in order to achieve as much success as possible. Obviously, that one.
It sounds so negative, but like I wouldn't mind traveling
that
for a
negative
minute
at all.
to achieve as much success as possible.
The second one is also a really good one.
I really like that one. Honestly, I immediately thought of Newt Scamander, and I was like,
yeah.
I love
Yeah,
it.
I think that's
I chose the last one too. I just want to keep going. I want to keep this momentum. you
right.
know?
I get that.
All right. And finally, the Sorting Hat is going to take our own opinions into account. So what, we already talked about it, but what, house do we see ourselves in?
Slytherin.
In Ravenclaw. What are your results?
Okay, well, it gives me like all the percentages of each house.
That's wild.
Does it do that to you too?
Yes, it does.
Okay, well, I am a Slytherin.
And I'm a
Yeah.
Ravenclaw.
Okay.
Easy as
So
hell, dude.
I'm a 45% Slytherin.
Woof. Okay.
I am a 24% Ravenclaw.
Nice.
Then I'm a 21% Gryffindor, and I'm a 10% Hufflepuff. Thank
Very
God.
against
Yeah.
it. Hey, the world needs ditch diggers too. I am a 32% Ravenclaw,
Okay.
24% Gryffindor,
We did. Oh, Gryffindor.
22% Hufflepuff, and 22% Slytherin.
You're nothing like me.
Honestly, though. But yeah, dude, I love that. I
That
love
makes
this
sense.
a lot more.
That
It
was
really
relieving.
does.
That was relieving for me.
So there we go, folks. BuzzFeed said so. You're a Slytherin, I'm a Ravenclaw. Easy.
I knew it. It's in my this blood. It runs green. It runs green, dude. I
This
just wanna
blood
let you
runs
know.
blue.
Woo!
We did it.
We did it. Wait, we have one last question.
Parting question, and this is to everyone else too here. You're on the Hogwarts Express. You're heading to school. You hear that gravelly little bitch.
Do you want anything from the trolley?
What are you eating from the trolley, man?
Okay. I don't know what they're called because I'm
Go
a
ahead.
fake ass fan.
I'll help you.
But it's those candies, and when you do it, you're like, I'm a lion. And you're like, rah.
Honestly, no fucking clue what they're called, but yes.
Yeah,
Those are
dude.
so
The
sick.
candies that make you have like the animal voices, the smoke coming out of your ears and shit. Yeah, I don't want those gross ass jelly beans or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't want the jelly beans that taste
No.
like ass and booty hole.
No, what are you thinking? What say you?
Honestly, I like those, but me being me, like so lame, I just want a good toffee.
I like the frogs that have the cards in them
Chocolate
too.
frogs, yeah.
The cards though, I'm a collector, so I like the cards.
That would be sick.
I'd like to have those cards.
I got about 6 of him.
Yeah, like that's
Little
pretty cool.
shitbag.
I think it's good.
Oh.
But yeah, anyways, like I said before, things to think about. Is advanced science considered magic?
And is magic just actually advanced science for the time?
Right. Something to think about.
Something to think about.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Definitely. Obviously, you're listening to this somewhere, but just to run the gamut here, this podcast comes out on Apple Podcasts, it comes out on YouTube, and it comes out on Spotify. If you want to see us, you want to see these beautiful faces, and you want to get all the body language that comes into this, you're going to be wanting to tune in on Spotify. We have video on Spotify, and you're going to want to see the YouTube.
Right.
YouTube, you can, turn on your post notifications. You can see the minute we drop these.
Maybe we should post my dead Dobby photo, perhaps.
Oh, we absolutely are. I
just
was
so
already
people
planning
can
on that.
understand the cleverness of that costume. I'm
Honestly,
particularly
the quickness
proud
that we
of.
came up with it too. The ears are so sick. Head to our Instagram. We're gonna post it on the Instagram.
Yeah,
And it's just
all
it is-
homemade, baby.
dude. We did that quick
In a
too. That was
bind.
such a fun
In
day.
2 shakes of a
and
lamb's tail.
honestly, that party, crazy cool. The amount of
was
stuff
well
that they put
decorated.
together for that.
I might have photos of the inside of that house on my phone that
We'll
could
see
post
what we
with
can
it.
post
Yeah.
here.
Yep.
All
Perfect.
right. Well, we did it. Another one in the books, Chadwick. Great
Yes.
job. Tune in next time. We're going to keep the ball rolling. We might have a little bit of a different podcast next time.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We're going to do some brainstorming.
We have a fun idea for next time, so definitely tune in. I'm having a really good feeling, a good idea about this one here.
I can tell with your hands moving.
I know. I'm doing the
Here,
click,
let me get
click.
this on here so people can see it. I have a nice, very authentic
I actually
wand in
have
my
really
hands.
nice wands, but I can't fucking
I don't know
find
if you
my
have a
other
nicer
one.
one than this one.
I
but
can guarantee you that I do.
This is balsa, so I don't know.
And with that, folks, what's he saying
Good
in that one
morning,
movie?
good evening, and good night.
Thank you. TTYL, y'all.